If one of you earns less than the other, part-time, a career break, whatever the reason, the ATO will literally hand you up to $540 a year. It's called the spouse contribution tax offset, and most couples have no idea it exists, so they leave it sitting there year after year, while their tax bill stays higher than it needs to be. Across Australia, thousands of single-income and uneven income households are walking past free money. There are 3 moves that fix this. You claim the spouse contribution offset, you split your before-tax contributions to your partner, and you manage your transfer balance cap so more of your money stays tax-free. Do all 3 and you change your retirement. Here's the number. The ATO confirms a spouse contribution tax offset of up to $540 a year. That's 18% of the first $3,000 you contribute to a low-income spouse's super. ATO 2020-21 onwards. But here's the part nobody tells you. It's not a deduction, it's a direct offset that comes straight off the tax you owe. 3 moves. Claim the spouse contribution offset, set up annual contribution splitting, and manage your transfer balance cap risk. Each one takes under 20 minutes, and every single one is free. So how does the offset actually work? If you contribute money from your after-tax income into your spouse's super, the ATO treats it as a non-concessional contribution for them, but rewards you with a personal tax offset. The maximum is 18% of up to $3,000, which is $540 a year ATO. The catch is your spouse has to be under 75 and have a total super balance below the general transfer balance cap. Now look at the impact. With no strategy, the offset you receive is $0 ATO. With a targeted contribution, $3,000, into a spouse earning under $37,000, you claim the full $540 ATO. Between $37,000 and $40,000 of spouse income, that offset tapers down to nothing, so the timing of when you contribute really matters. Now the quieter second layer, contribution splitting. This lets one spouse transfer up to 85% of their before-tax concessional contributions, that's employer and salary sacrifice money, into their partner's super in the year after they were made, passive investing ATO. The clever part, the split amount still counts toward your own cap, not your partner's, and it isn't taxed again on the way across. And the cost of ignoring this compounds. Do nothing for 20 years and you forego $10,800 in offsets alone. $540 times 20 before any investment growth, ATO. Use the strategy, and you also shift up to $17,000 a year to your partner via splitting, yes, passive investing AU. One path is a higher tax bill and lumpy balances. The other is free money and flexibility. Here's the myth that stops people. They think spouse contributions and splitting just shuffle money between accounts and don't really save tax. The fact? The ATO pays a real offset of up to $540 a year, 18% of up to $3,000 straight off your tax bill, ATO. That's not cosmetic, that's cash back. Put both costs side by side. Problem 1, the unclaimed offset, costs a couple $10,800 over 20 years, ATO. Problem 2, missed contribution splitting that leaves $340,000 sitting in the wrong partner's name, passive investing AU. That's a double cost across a single career, and almost nobody is told about either. Meet Emma. She's 42, works part-time in retail, earning $32,000 a year with $80,000 in an industry super fund. Her husband Jack is 45, a full-time technician on $105,000 with $220,000 in super. On paper, they're doing fine. But here's what Emma and Jack found when they actually looked. Discovery 1. $2,700. Gone. Because Emma earns $32,000, under the $37,000 threshold, Jack could have contributed $3,000 a year to her super and claimed the full $540 offset, ATO. For the past 5 years, they claim nothing. That's 5 times $540, $2,700 left on the table. Discovery 2, and this one's bigger. Jack puts $20,000 a year into super as concessional contributions. His fund lets him split 85% of that, $17,000 a year, will cross to Emma, Passive Investing AU. Over 20 years, that's $340,000 of contributions landing in Emma's account instead of piling up in Jack's. Discovery 3 is the one they never saw coming. The general transfer balance cap is $2 million for 2025-26, Aware Super. If Jack's super keeps growing alone, he's far more likely to hit that cap and be forced to keep money in a taxable accumulation account. By equalising balances, both stay below the cap, and more of their money stays in tax-free pension phase. Now here's their 20-year gap. Those split contributions, $17,000 a year into Emma's account, compounding at a modest 5% real return, could grow to roughly $560,000 over 2 decades, modelled, not a regulator figure. That's the difference between 2 lopsided accounts and a balanced, flexible, lower taxed retirement. So, could this be you? 3 quick signs. 1. One partner earns under $40,000 and you've never made a spouse contribution. 2. You don't actually know if your fund allows contribution splitting. 3. You haven't checked either partner's total super balance in years. If any of those ring true, the next 3 moves are for you. 3 moves, let's do them. And you can knock all 3 out in an afternoon for free. Move 1. Claim the spouse contribution offset. First, check your spouse's income on MyGov. If it's under $37,000, you qualify for the full offset. Then contribute $3,000 of after-tax money into their super before the 30th of June. That's treated as a non-concessional contribution and claim up to $540 back at tax time, ATO. This is general information, not personal advice. Here's how. Log into MyGov, link the ATO and check your spouse's income. Get their fund's BPay details for after-tax contributions. Then pay the $3,000 before the 30th of June, keep the receipt and claim the offset. What good looks like? Spouse income under $37,000, $3,000 paid, full $540 offset. Move 2. Set up annual contribution splitting. Each year you can move up to 85% of your concessional before tax contributions across to your partner. Remember, that split still counts toward your own cap, not theirs, and it isn't taxed again when it transfers. Passive Investing AU. The key rule, you must lodge the form in the financial year right after the contributions were made. Here's how. Download the contribution splitting application, often called Application to Split Super Contributions, from your fund. Work out 85% of last year's concessional contributions. Then submit it the following financial year and confirm your spouse meets the age conditions. What good looks like? You consistently split near the 85% maximum to the lower balance partner. Move 3. Manage your transfer balance cap risk. Check both partners' total super balances against the $2 million general cap for 2025-26 Aware Super. If one balance is racing ahead, direct your future spouse contributions and splits into the lower balance partner. That keeps neither of you breaching the cap and keeps more of your money in tax-free retirement phase. Here's how. Note each spouse's latest balance in their fund accounts. Then log into MyGov and check the ATO reported total super balance for each of you. If one is tracking toward $2 million while the other lags, plan future contributions and splits into the lower balance partner. What good looks like? Each spouse stays below the $2 million cap. Why now? 3 dates matter. From 2020-21, the ATO raised the spouse age limit so you can contribute for a spouse under 75 ATO. For 2025-26, the general transfer balance cap is indexed to $2 million, shaping every spouse strategy. Aware Super. And every year, contribution splits must be lodged the financial year after the contributions were made. Miss the window and you wait 12 months. Once you've acted, here's how to verify it worked. You should see the $3,000 land in your spouse's super account. Confirm the $540 offset appears on your notice of assessment. And if your split is processed, your fund will send a confirmation letter. Keep it on file. Everything today comes from the ATO, Aware Super, Colonial First State, and Passive Investing Australia. All the links are below so you can check the rules yourself before you act. So that's it. Claim the spouse offset, split your contributions, and keep both balances under the cap. Next week, can recontributing to a younger spouse actually boost your age pension? Subscribe so you don't miss it. If this saved you $540 a year, do one thing. Hit subscribe. We read the fine print so you don't have to, and there's a new strategy every single week.